You're listening to the Quint's podcast.
आज मैं आपको, पूरे देश को ये बताने आया हूं कि हमने 3 कृषि कानूनों को वापस लेने का, रिपील करने का निर्णय लिया है।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi on 19 November announced that his government will repeal the 3 controversial farm laws against which lakhs of farmers for the past year have been protesting. The announcement made on Guru Nanak Jayanti came as a surprise to many, since there was no indication from the Saffron party or from the centre on any climb down on the farm laws. At first glance, the rollback of the laws is a major victory for the farmers' movement and signals that the old-fashioned non-violent protest do have their way to find chinks in the BJP-led Centre's strongman image armour. However, it would be naive to not see the political equations running behind this decision, with 2 crucial states, Punjab and Uttar Pradesh, heading to assembly polls earlier next year. And with the most recent voter opinion poll predicting a 100-seat fall for the BJP in Uttar Pradesh, one would say it was imperative for the BJP to make good with the farmers if it wanted to stay in power. But what political impact will this move have for the BJP in the upcoming elections? Will it change the scenario in Uttar Pradesh or give it relevance again in Punjab? To discuss this for today's episode, we spoke with Aditya Menon, the Quint's political editor. You're tuned in to The Big Story, the podcast where we dissect the headline-making news for you, and I'm your host, Himmat. What is interesting to note about PM Modi's announcement of repealing the 3 farm laws was its strategic timing. The centre was already enjoying a wave of appreciation from the reopening of the Kartarpur corridor just 2 days before Guru Nanak Jayanti on 17 November. And right after the announcement, the PM was also scheduled for a 3-day visit of the pole-bound state Uttar Pradesh for inauguration and launch of some infrastructure projects. The BJP is of course eyeing another term in the state, with Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath at the helm. But the latest surveys by ABP News and voter indicate that the BJP's seat share will reduce to 217, a fall of 100 seats from 2017. Over the past year, the farmers' protest has become a major pain point for the BJP, especially in western UP. Here, the protests have seemingly united the Jat community, which have turned anti-BJP since the farmers' movement began in 2019. With the community being at the forefront of the protest and West UP carrying about 11% of the state's assembly seats, the opinion poll predicts that the BJP's major losses will be from this region. The party has also been facing a fundamental perception problem in the state, which rose from the deaths in the Lakhimpur Kheri incident of 3rd October, where 8 people were allegedly run over by a vehicle belonging to Ashish Mishra, son of Union Minister Ajay Mishra. And now, with the Union Minister's son behind bars, there wasn't much the party could do to restore faith with the farmers. But with the announcement of the laws being repealed, would it have the short-term electoral impact that the BJP desires in Uttar Pradesh? Aditya Menon, the Quint's political editor, says that since the polls predicted a loss for the party not just in western UP, but in other strongholds as well, the decision to repeal the farm laws does signal that the party is in damage control mode.
Yes, it does seem that the decision to repeal the farm laws was an attempt at damage control by the BJP. And obviously, with UP being the most important state that is going to go to elections in the next few months, uh, it will be seen in light of the UP elections. So, I mean, UP is a big state. Uh, West UP accounts for about 10 to 12% of the total number of seats in UP, and the surveys had predicted that the BJP is going to incur significant losses in West UP. I think what became worrying for the BJP is that the losses were no longer restricted to West UP because the Lakhimpur Kheri incident happened in Tarai, and Tarai also has a certain proportion of Sikh farmers. So it probably meant that there might be some losses in that part of UP as well. I think what the BJP was afraid of was also the fact that if the farmers' movement continues till during elections, you know, their I mean, the narrative would entirely be around economic issues and the farmers and livelihood and inflation. These are counts in which the BJP is slightly weak, and it is. It is likely to, if elections are fought on the base of these issues, then the BJP may, incur some more losses than what it would otherwise expect. I think it's much more comfortable if the elections take place on issues of nationalism and Hindutva and Ram Mandir, even some of its own caste arithmetic that the BJP has done. So I think that's a very key reason why I think this was done just a couple of months before the elections in UP, Punjab, and Uttarakhand.
The farm laws and the subsequent protests took a heavy toll on the BJP-led Centre's image over the past year, with the visuals of the movement being shared globally. And the party has faced the brunt of the political damage by the protest in Punjab, where its stock fell considerably after the Shiromani Akali Dal (SAD) snapped ties with the BJP over the controversial laws. But with the farm laws issue now out of the way, the BJP hopes to rekindle its fortunes in the state. However, it does not seem like it has a lot of options with it at the moment. The party has been facing a lot of trouble for just campaigning in the state, with farmers not allowing BJP workers to interact or hold meetings with their workers in the state. In one instance in July this year, protesting farmers did not allow a district level BJP meeting in Rajpura to go forward. The viable option with the party right now is aligning with former Punjab Chief Minister Captain Amarinder Singh, who announced when he exited the Congress party earlier this year that he would be open to ally with the BJP. But according to Aditya, the party's image in the state is beyond repair, and in the immediate short term, it is not going to gain anything. He adds that an alliance between the BJP and the SAD is unlikely.
So in Punjab, I don't feel that in the immediate short term the BJP is going to gain anything much because uh, I think the party's image in Punjab, at least for the upcoming election, is beyond repair. It cannot really win back the support of the rural Sikh voters at least. I mean, there's those were voters who were not fond of the BJP in the first place. But now that the BJP is not even an ally of the Akali Dal, there was no reason for that section to vote for the BJP. It is unlikely to help the BJP's cause because all said and done, 700 plus farmers have died during the course of the protests, and the majority of these farmers are Sikh farmers. The majority of them are from Punjab. So I mean, this is not going to be forgotten very easily by the farmers of Punjab. So, I mean, at most, what would have happened is the kind of ostracization that the BJP was facing in Punjab, maybe that would have reduced. The way the BJP was unable to campaign in areas or hold meetings in areas, its leaders were being gharawed by farmer activists. That would probably have reduced. The second thing that would have happened is that the BJP, the BJP now, it would have been possible for them to ally with the new party that Captain Amrinder Singh has formed and build on that alliance because unless the farm laws were withdrawn, even Captain would not have aligned with BJP without incurring a great deal of loss himself. So that's one clear consequence of what's happened. The BJP, at least officially, is saying that they have no intention of going back to the Akali Dal. The Akali Dal also is saying that they have no intention of getting back into an alliance with the BJP. And this sort of arrangement suits both these parties because they are both appealing for different constituencies, and they can easily continue to appeal to these two different constituencies and then align after the elections if the numbers are in their favor. It's unlikely that BJP will be in any kind of kingmaker position in Punjab. But I think that's what they're counting on is a pre-poll alliance with Captain Amrinder Singh and a post-poll arrangement with the Akali Dal. That is broadly what the BJP probably wants from Punjab.
And what about Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party? The former has been fighting anti-incumbency and political commotions within its own party for the past few months. And the latter, who has been slowly making ground in the state, is pitching itself as an alternative party. The recent ABP poll has also predicted that AAP will have a small lead over Congress in the upcoming polls. And with the farm laws being both the parties' main electoral issue now gone, how does the repealing of the laws impact these parties? According to Aditya, nothing much in Punjab's political climate will change unless a farmers' union enter the arena.
See, regarding the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party in Punjab, it doesn't change a lot of things because both these parties were still the most steadfast against the farm laws. Uh, Congress was still the ruling party in Punjab, and Aam Aadmi Party was still the main opposition in the state. Those things are going to continue. Uh, no, so it's not those aspects are not going to change for either of the two parties. AAP will still have to present itself as a viable alternative to the Congress and the Akali Dal in Punjab, and the Congress will still have to deal with the anti-incumbency of the past 4.5 years, as well as the fact that it has managed to recover some ground by changing the chief minister and appointing Charanjit Singh Channi as the new chief minister. So none of those things change because of this. It's very strange because this is such a huge thing that has happened, and yet its immediate political consequence in Punjab won't be that significant because all the parties except BJP were anyway in favor of the farmers and against the farm laws. So there was nothing was really differentiating the Congress from the Aam Aadmi Party or the Aam Aadmi Party from the Akali Dal or the Akali Dal from the Congress. So in terms of direct political consequence, it won't change much unless some of the farm unions actively get involved in the electoral process, either by forming their own party or by aligning with any of the major political parties in Punjab. I think that is the only thing that could lead to some kind of a change in equations in Punjab.
The farmers' movement has called the repeal of the laws a big win and has dedicated the outcome to the over 700 farmers who passed away in the course of the movement. However, Bharat Kisan Union's Rakesh Tikait has stated that the repeal does not mean the protest will be withdrawn immediately. Speaking to the media after PM Modi's announcement, he said that until the laws are not repealed in Parliament and a law on minimum support prices or MSP is not introduced, the protest will continue.
अभी प्रधानमंत्री ने बोला है कि हम तीनों जो कानून हैं इनको वापसी लेते हैं। जब तक ये पार्लियामेंट में वापसी नहीं होंगे, जब तक किसान वहीं पे ही है और एमएसपी पे गारंटी कानून, क्योंकि एमएसपी पे गारंटी कानून बन जाएगा तो पूरे देश के किसानों को लाभ होगा, वो एक बड़ा सवाल है।
Aditya believes that now that the centre has announced its intention to repeal the laws, and with the upcoming polls in question, it is likely that they will give in to the MSP demand as well.
I think now that the center has gone into this entire route of making a compromise with the protesting farmers, it's quite likely that they will make more concessions. I think the farm unions also will continue because they have tasted blood. They will continue to demand slightly more than what has been given. So I think the government would now really want this agitation to come to an end, so that there is no further political harm that comes to it, and that before the upcoming elections, the party is able to fight it on the basis of issues that it's comfortable with. So that does seem quite likely.
The repeal of the farm laws is a major move by PM Modi, given that he, as a Prime Minister, and his party are not known to compromise on issues, especially laws. Now, some experts have also pointed out that the farmers' protest has caused lasting damage to his image, his government's image, and the party's. And economic issues, according to Aditya, has always been one of the weak points of the party, which prefers to contest on issues like nationalism and religion. And a small reflection of this was also recently witnessed in the by-polls in Himachal Pradesh, where the elections were fought on bread and butter issues like fuel price hikes and protests by apple growers in the state. Apart from an embarrassing loss to Congress, the fight over economic issues also resulted in the BJP losing the Mandi Lok Sabha seat. So, in the long run, how will the repeal of farm laws impact Prime Minister Narendra Modi? Will the compromise on the laws indicate a weakness in his strongman image? Aditya weighs in.
I think the repeal of the farm laws gives an opportunity to Prime Minister Narendra Modi as well as to the opposition to sort of increase their own standing in the entire political scenario. It gives an opportunity to PM Modi because, till now he had this image of being a leader who takes tough decisions and often arbitrary decisions like demonetization, like the manner in which GST was introduced, the manner in which the farm laws were pushed through Parliament. now there is a chance for him to show a different kind of leadership, a leadership that is a little more accommodative, that governs through consensus, that goes through political processes of building public opinion in favor of certain policy decisions. So it's an opportunity for Mr. Modi to occupy a slightly more moderate space, because otherwise, had he not compromised on the farm laws, it would have given rise to a moderate strand to emerge within the BJP, at least on this issue. And it was already emerging. You had people like Varun Gandhi speaking out quite openly in favor of the farmers' protest. You had the Meghalaya governor Satyapal Malik also, speaking and asking the government to compromise before the farmers. There was also a clamor for getting Defense Minister Rajnath Singh to mediate between the government and the farmers. So obviously, I mean, these these things were being said because there was a feeling that there is need for a more conciliatory leader within the BJP. I think Mr. Modi, at least on this issue, has tried to occupy the conciliatory space. So in that sense, it's an opportunity for him to continue in this direction. But it's also an opportunity for the opposition parties. I say that because this entire matter has really destroyed one myth about PM Modi, is that he is invincible, and that he is this iron-willed leader who just cannot be made to compromise or made to bend. In this issue, he has been made to completely take a U-turn. And politically, I mean, there's no other way of putting it. It's a defeat for Prime Minister Modi. Uh, and this is definitely a win. I mean, this is an opportunity for the opposition to continue with this momentum and sort of continue to corner the government on what has clearly been exposed as its main weakness, which is economic policy, and anything to do with the economy, be it agriculture, be it jobs, be it livelihood, be it inflation. No, this is clearly the government's Achilles heel, and this is a big opportunity for the opposition to capitalize on that. It's also an opportunity for the opposition to adopt slightly more aggressive methods of taking on the government. I think the farmers' movement really showed that that mass movements are one way in which the political discourse and the political center of gravity can be made to shift. Um, it's not something that can be changed just through one election after the other. So that's another thing that the opposition should note.
The Samyukt Kisan Morcha on 22nd November wrote an open letter to PM Modi seeking immediate resumption of talks with the centre over 6 demands that they have. If you want to catch more updates regarding this story, head over to the Quint's website. If you liked listening to this episode, please subscribe to The Big Story for episodic updates. We're available on Apple, Google Podcasts, Spotify, JioSaavn, and most of the other popular podcast streaming platforms. For other podcasts, please log on to the Quint website, and for any feedback, please shoot an email to podcast@thequint.com.
Thanks for listening. Log on to the Quint's website and check out our other podcasts.